Back after your break. I have no comics this week because I'm going to be fast. I know it's a US holiday, so I will try to be quicker than normal for this week. So, what I want to do, we're going to take an internet addiction test, which might be interesting. There's a discussion forum on the course page for you to look up some of your own research and answer the question: Can we be addicted to technology? All right, so you can, on this discussion, it shows, I don't list the resources I want you to use. You can find your own resources. Remember, I would like to hear your opinion in your voice. So after you do some reading, kind of share with what you think, right? And make sure you share the resources you used, and then you're going to comment on a classmate. I'm going to really quickly review sensation versus perception. I want to make sure you get the difference between absolute thresholds and difference thresholds because it's very close. I posted a little quiz on the College Board for you this week to just do some practice multiple choice questions. There's really, with this section, a whole lot of practice with Unit 1 or Unit 0, sorry, with the scientific principles and practices. So I put that on there for you to practice. It's set to give you immediate feedback so you can all get all the points. Right, I just want you to practice, and then we'll go over the assignments for this coming week. So first, what you're going to do is you're going to pause the video here, and you're going to answer these questions. So this is an internet addiction test, and so you have 1 for rarely, 2 for occasionally, 3 for frequently, 4 for often, 5 for always. Try to answer it how you really are and not how you want to be. Sometimes that's very hard to do when we take surveys. So go ahead and pause it and fill it in, and then when you're done, resume. And so here is how you will score it. So you should simply add the numbers that you placed on the 20 questions. Total scores are from 20 to 100. The researchers suggest that 20 to 49, that you are an average online user. You may surf the web a bit too long at times, but you have control over your usage. A total score of 50 to 79 indicates you're experiencing occasional or frequent problems and should consider its impact on your life. And 80 to 100 says that maybe these are causing significant problems in your life. And so you learned last week that addiction is typically defined as a craving for a substance with physical symptoms such as aches, nausea, and distress that are followed by withdrawal. So do you think we can define technology in this way, or addiction to technology in this way? I'm interested to see what you'll say on the discussion forum. So we need to keep track of these two terms, sensation and perception. Sensation is the physical stimulation of our sensory receptors. So this week, what you're going to learn about is how do we see what we see? How does this information go from outside our brain to inside? Auditory is the fancy way to say sound. Olfaction, sometimes people confuse this, but this is just smell. And how do we taste and how do we touch? So in the next lessons, you're going to look at these, our senses and how they work. And perception, then we're going to see, is how does our brain interpret all of this information coming in, right? And we already started to see that how much information comes in gets filtered and we don't pay attention to all of it. So make sure you keep these two straight in your mind. All right, so we have these two things, absolute threshold and difference threshold. Absolute threshold is the weakest amount of stimulus that a person can detect. Is there something missing here? I hope that you will see that it is what we can detect 50% of the time. So we're going to see something and not see it, and see it and not something. So if you look at these, this kind of helps you. Sight, our absolute threshold, is seeing a candle flame 30 miles away on a clear night, right? Is it there? Is it not there? Right at that, can I notice it or do I not? Hearing a watch ticking 20 feet away. Touch, feeling a bee's wing falling a distance of 1 centimeter from your cheek, right? Is it there? Is it not there? Smelling 1 drop of perfume in a 3-room house, right? Is it there? Is it not there? Not something that I really notice. Tasting 1 teaspoon of sugar dissolved in 2 gallons of water, right? Is this sweetened or is it not? Right? Absolute threshold, detecting it 50% of the time correctly. And that's absolute. difference, we also call this the just noticeable difference, right? The minimum difference between two stimuli, right? Something old, something new. Are they the same? Are they different? I see it and I don't see it 50% of the time. All right. And when you kind of upload your notes for today, can you think of something for vision, something for sound, something for touch, something for taste, right? What's a way for you to notice between those two things? All right, give an example and it'll help you remember these. All right, and the last thing you'll do when you stop this video, on the College Board, there are, I think, around 10, not so many questions, but just a way for you to practice and get feedback that you practice the questions. So on the course page, I want to be here. All right, so you have this video and the assignment. What are you uploading for here? Any notes that you just took? Not very much, but whatever you did in the video, what notes you took, you'll upload that along with, on the College Board, you will see underneath your quizzes, I'll go to my quizzes. You're going to see this sensation quiz. That's what you're going to work on. You'll upload an image of your results and a short reflection. Do you think you need to practice anything? Here's where I want to be. Then you're going to work on vision this week. All right, there's some diagrams to kind of help you there. There's a little summary, right? I think just taking a little bit of time to summarize how we see what we see is a good thing. There's a lab for your homunculus. I love that word, homunculus, right? This is the part of our brain that has kind of our body built into it. And you're going to get to experiment by poking people. Don't really hurt them, but to see which parts of our body are more sensitive and why. And you're also going to work on hearing and vestibular. Vestibular is kind of your sense of balance or knowing what's going on. And again, there's some diagrams in there to help you understand the parts. And there's some extra practice if you want to work on it. So I hope you have a really great week. Keep sending me your questions and concerns. Thank you very much.